So it's nice to see you guys, and thank you for your time today. Yeah. Okay. My first impression, anyway, I'm going to flick my screen anyway. I'll flick my screen, and my first impression here is I want to just flick my screen and start to draw. Okay. So you'll see that drawing here. And so my first impression here is I do feel like I want to draw or connect to a lady. It might be here, it might be not. So, you know, listen up, okay? So let's just see. So when I'm kind of connecting, I do feel like this lady feels motherly to me. There might be someone in our group that is looking at adopting a ring or adapting a ring. The first impression was I want to adapt a ring or alter it in some way, or it could be that it needs to be repaired. So there might be someone here that's got a mother in the spirit world, and then recently they were maybe looking at a ring, maybe wanting to adapt it. I want to change a ring. That seems very strong with this lady. I know that's an impression. I know that this lady was unwell leading up to a passing. I'm a little bit in my head and the chest and head area with her. So I do feel like there's some problems going on with the chest and the head area towards her passing. I do feel like she's in care. So she's in care. She's a mum. Someone in our group would be wanting to maybe adapt a ring or fix a ring, or had to fix a ring, or they've got thoughts of giving this ring to someone else in the family. There's definitely an impression of that. That's one of the impressions I'm getting anyway, but there is this impression anyway that I can see, and I do feel that she there might have been issues about saying goodbye. I don't know if someone in their group had a chance to say goodbye properly. So there is this impression here. So when I first talk about this, I just want to see, I can see you anyway. You can't see me while I'm drawing, but I can see you guys. Is there anyone here that understand a mum in the spirit world? They would have been cognitively in and out of consciousness, unwell to pass. It's definitely the chest area and going into the head, so maybe cardiovascular head, but something maybe burst or something's gone ruptured or something. I feel something internally that I seem to be getting some impression of, and my body's in and out of consciousness. I can't talk properly, and there might be an issue of getting to her or being by her side at the time. Does anyone connect to that with a mum so far?
I can connect to that, but I just wanted to hold back in case anybody else could. Otherwise, okay. I can pretty much take all of that.
Okay.
I can as well, but I'll also hold back a little bit.
Oh, don't hold back. Speak up. Yeah, so you can take a little bit too. Okay. Was definitely this impression. And with one of you girls, is it true? I just want to make sure it's true that you didn't get a chance to spend time with them at the end. I think you're with them for some of it, but not at the end. There's a missing of saying goodbye.
That's true for me.
Me as well.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. Because I definitely feel like there's this impression, when I feel this, I feel like, do you understand this ring wanting to go to another girl in the family or not? With either of you? Yeah. Okay. And that's with you, is it? Is it Andrea? Yep. Andrea, yes. Is that with you?
Yeah. I'm passing on a ring to my daughter. That was my mom's.
Okay.
But also, she has a ring that I received that I thought about taking the stone and putting it into my ring because the stone had fallen out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's definitely the big thing here. I felt like there was something to do with the stone or putting the stone back in. Or wanting to change things, maybe adapt it, and then, but I still want to give it to someone else because that was very, 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 very strong in the impression, and I feel like, so maybe I'm with you, Andrea, but please listen up, Vanessa. Please keep up, and then we'll see where the energy shifts and changes later. Because I said because there's a few of you, I might be able to adapt and go from Andrea to you, Vanessa, in the contact, because there's similar things. So I might work with Andrea first if that's the case. So you're right with me, Andrea? You're all good? You're on?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. I do feel there's immense love for you from this woman. She says, no need to, no, the guilt or feeling not you couldn't be there at the end is pretty significant. She says,
Yeah.
it's always been a big thing. She said that I don't need you to worry. Pardon me, worry or suffer for me. She says, I want to tell you that I love you. So I feel like she might have been a little bit demonstrative, but maybe not as much as she wanted to be. I felt like she wants you to know that she loves you very much more than ever now, and wants you to know that she's all right. And this is very, 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 very important to her. She wants you to know this, yeah? I feel like she is very, what's the word here? Very elegant woman. She loves your vibe. She loves your vibe and your look.
That's nice. That would be very much her to comment on people's appearances of my appearance.
Yeah, she just thinks you're beautiful. What's the word? I almost feel like I want to say a chip off the old block, almost. So she seems very. I'm kind of shifting here. You might have seen that at first. It felt like a man, this drawing. But now I feel like it's going to change a bit. So let's just see where it all goes a little bit as we progress here. She wants you to know that she loves you, absolutely adores you. Now, is it true you were looking at a photograph of her or wanted to reframe a picture of her or put it in another picture in recent times? Is that true or not?
In recent times, I've been looking at photos of her.
Yeah, there's one with a silver frame. One with a silver frame mean anything?
It could potentially be silver. I can go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's okay. When you get a chance, when I'm finished with you, maybe you can come back and go, it's silver.
Yeah.
It'd be really pretty cool if you did. But there's something about looking at that recently. Now, is it true? She's telling me you've been trying to look for planning a holiday. Is that true or not?
Yes, it's true.
Yeah. And is it reconnecting with family or going overseas to connect with family? Because I do feel like she's acknowledging that you're going on a trip as family involved. She absolutely loves the fact. She says yes. There's almost this whole impression here of it's been a while coming. Maybe I don't know, maybe because of COVID or something, or there was maybe a plan prior. There's definitely this whole thing about you going overseas or connecting. She has love for a brother, a brother to you, a son to her, so love to her son.
That's correct. Yeah.
And so she's proud of him. She's telling me that you're a bit more open-minded. He's maybe a bit more skeptical, and that you can pass on her love to him, and he would accept it. He would accept it from you, but no one else. So he must know a bit about your journey, or appreciate some of your spiritual prowess, I guess you could call it. Is that the word we call it? Something like that, anyway. But she just thinks you're beautiful. I think she's not well for some time, and she's a bit naughty or not wanting to do much about it. And I think it's caught up with her. Do you understand that about her?
100%. Do you want?
In a minute. I just feel like she makes me feel like she could have done more about herself. She has a lot of regret about this. Anyway, she makes me feel that maybe 3 or 4 years earlier I could have done something about myself. I could have done more about myself. So she wants you to know that, and that she totally loves you. She thinks you're fantastic. I'm proud of you. She's proud of a grandson, so I do feel like there's a boy there that she's proud of. Do you think he looks like her when she was young? Or even a baby or a child, like photos that might match or look similar? Is the look of you guys similar in a lot of ways or not?
I have more of a darker. She's more
more lighter. She's lighter,
yeah.
But maybe features. I don't know. I just felt like there's something there. Anyway, I think she's acknowledging she's proud of your boy. Was there anything to do with a certificate or getting some accolade you got in recent times or something, and at school?
Actually, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right. You go.
I was going to say, like, he just had we just had parent-teacher interview yesterday, and they had glowing reviews, so that could potentially be it.
Yeah, something about getting good results at school in recent times. And does a piano or keyboard mean anything to her or to you? Mean anything here? She's showing me a keyboard.
He has a keyboard, and I had one when I was a kid too.
Yeah. Is this something you've been thinking about with your boy? Music, a keyboard?
He's interested in it. He's the one that uses it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just feel like there's some acknowledgement here of a keyboard or piano, and I feel like she's watching over him having a bash on the keyboard, and thinks, really, 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 really thinks he's just the handsomest little man. I think she really misses being there with you and being in your life and being a part of his life. Do you know? She just wants you to know that she's with you anyway in this process, from the spirit world, but she would have done anything to be with you and to be around you with your boy, she'd really want you to know that. It's very, very important. Now, is there a girl in the family with a name passed on, and the girl's middle name here?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, because she's also proud of a girl in the family. And I do feel like there's some whole impression here that she'd want you to know. And I do feel like there'd be love to this girl that's got her name. She seems very proud. She's very, very proud. Now, in spirit, would she know a Margaret, Auntie Margaret, or Mary, aunties to her, or sisters? Maybe auntie or sister. I'm interested in that aspect.
My grandmother's name is Mary. I don't know about Margaret. Yeah.
Okay, but you understand that she'd be in spirit with Mary then? That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Did they have their moments, these two?
So it was her mother-in-law. So they had moments. Yes.
Yes. Well, I do feel like they see eye to eye, or things have changed about all of that, in over time. So I do feel like there's this whole impression here that there's some camaraderie and compassion there with each other. I think they're very similar in a lot of ways, and may very steadfast, strong-willed women. You understand that?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they love you lots. Now, is it true? I'm seeing a house for sale, or a for sale sign on a home. So, is anyone in your family or yourself looking at selling here?
My dad sold. They sold their house, and he also moved. So.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's definitely. I feel like she'd acknowledge Dad and a recent house or property. Then, and I think there's maybe something to do with a move there. Anyway, there's just a soul impression. Now, I think with your mum's hair, had she kind of changed styles a lot in her life?
Yes, that's correct.
Because I do feel like there's been a bit of a change in style and time. Or, I don't want to make it too hard with the wrinkles and stuff. She's telling me to back off a bit. So she must have been a bit very supple in her face. Do you understand that?
Yes. She would have been sensitive about the wrinkles too. So
yeah. I think she's very sensitive about wrinkles. Now, with the hair, if I just did a bit of a thing like this, do you understand something to do with that nature?
Yep. Definitely.
Something like that?
Yep.
And if the eye color was a little bit hazel to brown or not?
Yep, brown.
Yeah, okay, because I definitely feel like they're darkish in color. So I'll just I'll put a bit of brown in there first. And now with the drawing and everyone that's watching, do you see a potential likeness in this so far or not?
Yes.
Would it go back to a time when she looked a bit healthier?
Yes, I was going to say that.
Yeah, because with women, I know I'm speaking the truth here amongst women, amongst beautiful girls here in the group here, that there'd be a proudness about her image and her look here, and I really do feel that. So I'm interested in maybe a hooked or a looped earring, but only little ones. I felt like they might have hooked or looped up anyway. But I do feel very, 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 very beautiful here. Can you see this all well? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and very, 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 very pretty, very, very beautiful. I think you're her world. She'd have love to your brother, love to your children. I do feel like there's great things ahead of you. I mean, she made me feel like you might be your own boss at some point.
I am right now. Yeah.
Yeah. She's successful. You're successful. You're just an inspiration to her. She couldn't have asked for a better daughter in her life. I do feel like she's acknowledging your dad. I think she loved him. I think they've really loved each other. I think, she'd want your dad to know that she loves him. Do you know if there's also a rose bush that may have been moved or taking plants or a plant that or a rose? My first impression was rose bush, or wanting to plant a rose bush to honor her somewhere.
I don't know about that, but I'll look into it.
Yeah, okay, look into it. And maybe a white orchid means something, or pink and white.
My mom loved orchids, and she had orchids. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I think there might be one or two that's still alive. She just told me it's bloomed. It hasn't bloomed for a while, but there'd be one there might be one a bit pinkish that's blooming. And I do feel like she's acknowledging, she says, back off on the wrinkles up here. All right. Anyway, so she's definitely wanting you to know that she loves you here, this lady. And I feel like there'd be love to her, the love of her life, your dad. Not an easy road, easy journey, being away from someone you love, your life partner. But I feel like she's trying to support him. Are you interested in also writing a book of some sort, or wanting to write something? I am actually.
That's correct. Yeah. It's a hobby of mine, writing.
See, it might be to do with the kids' stories or children's stories or something.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Well, and she loves it. You wouldn't have thought about putting a dedication into a book or a name to honor her, like in loving memory, that kind of thing. You haven't got any of those thoughts yet?
I haven't even gotten to that stage yet, but potentially I definitely would.
Yeah, well, I think you might have to now. I've said it now.
Yes.
But anyway, she's absolutely beautiful. And can you see some likeness in that?
I definitely can. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think she's beautiful, this lady, and a wonderful mother. And I feel her love and blessings to her. I think there's some spiritual awakening about you. I think there's a wonderful potential. I'm just going to look at my screen back to you for a sec. I think there's this wonderful spiritual essence about you. She said to trust that. You don't have to have all the answers right now, but go forward with what you know. And I do feel like this lady's encouraging you. It's a yes about spirituality or unfoldment and learning. You have great intuition. I think you sense and feel her presence a lot. I feel like she's a lot around you a lot, and from her impressions, so I do feel like she'd want you to know that she's so grateful you came today. Give your boy and your girl a big squeeze for her, and give your dad a kiss when you get a chance to see him. I feel like you might see him soon, or an impression of that. And definitely a brother who might be far away or abroad, but there's definitely a lot of love and a reunion of family, and I think she's going to be with you guys for that. Just on that one thing, is with this reunion or getting together with family, a birthday coinciding with it or not?
Not that I can really think of. It's
not that you can think of. Okay.
Yeah, we're planning.
If not, is there a birthday coming up or recent? She's acknowledging a birthday. It felt like it was for a male though.
Birthday was like a week ago.
Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday to Dad. Yeah. And all my love to Dad. Happy birthday to him. Yeah, very important. I just got a goosebump, so that's a really good confirmation. Yeah. So please take her love today. Yeah.
Thank you.
She's wonderful. Yeah. I can see why you miss her. You know, she's a lovely lady, lovely mum, and but not gone.